5 days before I turned 50, I found my birth dad. 10 days later, I found my birth mom. Everything in my life, everything I thought I knew, it changed. I had a very normal life. I worked at a college, I had a rented condo, I lived out less than a mile from the beach in Florida. And honestly, I loved it. I moved down from New York State due to a messy and painful divorce. I needed to start over. And Florida was peaceful for me. I really enjoyed it. I'd carried something my whole life. I was adopted, and I wanted to know my roots, who I came from. I wanted to meet my birth parents. I tried a number of different ways to get in touch with them, to find them, through newspapers, online. I thought I'd never find them. In 2019, by pure accident, I was in New York State and I'd contacted the widow of who I believed to be my birth dad and just asked if she would meet with me and just give me some information about him. I will never forget the text back from her. I don't believe my husband was your father. I believe his brother is your father, and he's alive and well, and you have many siblings. It's burned in my memory forever, that text. And I met him later that day. And 10 days later, I found my birth mom. I was wanted. I was loved. I was thought about. These are things I never knew. I have those stories in other videos if you want to see them. But here is what happened next. Then COVID hit. And like a lot of people, I was stuck. At home to work, at home to live. My world became very small, 24 hours a day in the same space. Not fun at all. But something shifted inside of me. I was restless. I had just found my birth family, my parents and my half-siblings. I missed the fun family reunions with my adoptive family in Colorado. My birth mom's health was declining, and I realized I don't want to wait anymore. Life is too short. There's too many memories to make. So I got a cargo trailer in March 2022. It's technically 6 by 12, but it's really 6 by 10 when you measure it out. There's not much of a nose in the front. I painted the inside white. I threw in some big organizational, like underbed, bins, and I got some different little drawer sets and things like that, plastic. Very simple, nothing fancy. I headed up to New York State to see my birth dad in June. And then I headed over to see my adoptive family in Colorado for a while too. Then I headed up to Washington State to see my birth mom. As her health was declining, I couldn't visualize going back to work and not being there with her and making more memories while I had the chance. So I resigned my position. So here's what I wish I'd known. I wish I'd known that God would provide for everything, from breaking down on Christmas Day in Biloxi with nothing open to all the incredible people that I would meet along the way. I wish I'd known how hard this life could be. Sometimes I have to remind myself, sometimes daily, that it's worth living this way. It is so tiny in this 60 square feet, and I've tried to make the most of it and make it usable, but it is tough at times, especially if there's bad weather. This twin-size bed, what my sofa thing turns, bench folds down into, it makes me really miss my queen-size bed. It was so comfortable. I miss that bed every day. But here's the thing I didn't see coming. The memories I've made, I wouldn't trade them for anything. My birth dad died after only knowing him a little bit over 4 years. 4 years. But because I made this choice, I got those 4 years with him. I got to know him. I got to make memories with him. I got to talk to him on the phone, text him, let him know I loved him. I've had time with my birth mom. I've been there to help her she's had some health issues, and she's been there for my 3 eye surgeries that I've had in the last few years. And the memories we've made, oh, priceless. We just saw the Grand Canyon together last month. Amazing. The very precious moments that I've made with my adoptive family. I got to go up to Oregon to see family there, and I got to be with my family as we took care of my adoptive mom and then had to say goodbye to her last October. I got to be there to take care of her. We got to be together to share memories and stories and laugh and cry. And Mom kept her sense of humor till the end. Amazing. And that's more memories that we will treasure forever. And Flynn has been with me through it all. The good and the bad, the ups and the downs, the tiny and the huge landscapes we've seen and been a part of. I adopted him on July 14th, 2017. He was 1.5 years old, just a baby still in a lot of ways. We bonded immediately. He's my best friend. He's been with me through trying out vans, checking into school buses, people movers, RVs, travel trailers. We checked out everything we could think of. You name it, we looked at it. And then we found this. So, what do I wish I'd known sooner? I wish I'd known all of it. The hard parts and the beautiful parts. Because, honestly, I would have chosen this life a lot sooner. Now, if you're sitting somewhere and thinking about starting over, I say don't wait. If you've ever started over or are thinking about it, put it in the comments below so we can share and talk to each other about it. And have a look around and let me know if you have any questions. Hope to see you on the road.